Hello. Ooh, let me plug this up before it goes dead. Hold on. Make sure to. Oh Lord, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I don't know if y'all know, but sorry, I'm trying to get this cord plugged in right. Charging coming on. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Um, there's a new show coming on tonight, so I'm gonna have to start doing reviews on that too. But I think it's actually a mini series. I'm not sure, but um, it's on the what channel is that? Is it the own channel? It's called Love Is. And hold on. I'll find out for you real quick because I recorded it. Yep, it's on the own channel. So I don't know what type of uh cable services you have or whatnot, but I have who do I have? Oh God, I have Dish. So on Dish, it's on the own channel on channel 189, and the first episode came on tonight. So I did record it. I'm looking forward to watching that. They've been advertising it for a while. Let me click info real quick. Episode one, the premiere of the humorous drama about a modern day power couple. So you guys might want to check that out. Um, I believe that is the couple who what shows did they do? They did I believe they did Girlfriends and some other show, but it's about this couple who met years and years ago, and it's kind of like their life story. It's a love story. Both of them are in um, entertainment and producers or whatnot. So yeah, I want to check that out. Plus, it's on the own channel, so you know it should be pretty good. But let's see. Where should I start on Love and Hip Hop? Um, did you guys watch the episode last night? If not, you might be a little surprised because I think this is the first episode all this season where there wasn't some big blowout, some big fight, anything, nothing thrown, no drinks, no food, nothing. It was pretty chill last night. But of course I'm gonna give you a little recap of the last episode. Um on the last episode you see where it ended basically with they were sitting around the campfire. You know, they were down at the ranch. So Rashida had took everybody down to the ranch, and just to get some away time. And what is the name of the ranch? I can't remember the name of the ranch, but I think it was Silver Spur, something like that. Silver Spur Ranch. So anyway, they've been down there for a few days just to get a little retreat and try to get everybody on one accord. And so she was sitting around the campfire and she was trying to figure out what the deal is with Estelita and Sierra, because they had got into it, in the last episode and the one before that. And Escalita starts going off about, well, it comes into the first scene of this episode too, but Escalita starts going off because she claims that she's basically upset with Sierra because she's always jumping into stuff or getting stuff started, or I don't know. I still don't understand what the deal is because I'm kind of on Sierra's side about that because Sierra's like, we're too grown for this, I don't want to fight you. You keep coming at me. Whoopty whoop whoop whoop. So, anyhow, well, I wouldn't even say they squashed it, but basically they got it off their chest. Um, BK also apologizes to Estelita for calling her a name. She claims he called her bitch. He said he didn't, but I don't remember because I think they bleeped it out when they were showing the recap of last episode. So I can't remember if he did or not, but he did apologize, and she's like, "Yeah, that's cool, but wait till we get back to the A." And Stevie gets wind of it, and it's not gonna be a pretty thing. And so I'm thinking, she said it won't be pretty or something like that, or BK is gonna get his, and I'm like, well, what is Stevie gonna do? I mean, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I don't know about that, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen with Stevie. I think she's just popping off at the mouth, but I don't really think him and BK is gonna get into it. But also, Spice, Spice has been like really tripping, this trip and before the trip, with Tokyo, and she apologized for her behavior and promises, to try to get along with everybody for the rest of the trip. And there's only one day left, so what the heck? I'm sure they can act cordial for one day. And so then, at the beginning of this scene, after all that, you see where Tommy is sitting down with a substance abuse expert. And if you can recall, Tommy, I wouldn't say she got kicked off the show, but right now they just suspending her from being in any episodes, mainly because every time she gets into it with somebody, it's a big blow up. Um, it involves drinking. She's really drunk. And the last incident they had, she was really drunk. And I think this was like 2 or 3 episodes, like 3 episodes ago. She had got really drunk and I was clowning and had got into a fight with some of the security guards, was hitting on them. She also was making threats to the producers and their families. So I don't know what the deal is with that. If it was all an alcohol induced uh, situation that made her do all that, like making threats and stuff. I'm really surprised they didn't totally put her off the show. But what they're trying to do, which I'm glad, is trying to help her and give her some assistance. So that's where she's sitting down. That's why she's sitting down with the substance abuse expert. And so he's asking her, like, do you know why you're here? And she's, no, I I don't know why I'm here. And I'm like, she got to be joking. She got to be joking. So he explains to her, he thinks she has, and other people think she has, an alcohol problem. And she will not be allowed on the show until she gets some kind of help. And also, she won't be allowed to drink on the show anymore. No alcoholic beverages at all. And she seemed kind of bent about that. But I mean, she has to understand, they're paying you a lot of money to be on this reality show, but every time they turn around, you're attacking people, and it's usually when you're drunk. So I really do hope that they will be able to help her with that because I like Tommy. I mean, she is pretty out there, pretty wild, but I do like Tommy, and I wish the very very best for her. With her alcohol situation. She also explained how it does run in her family. Her mom was alcoholic. She didn't have people die in her family that was alcoholics. So she tells the substance abuse guy. I think his name was Joe Shrank. But she tells him that he really don't know anything, and that she basically act like she can handle it, and she's gonna prove to them that she's not an alcoholic. So I don't know if she's gonna get the help so she can remain on the show, or just get the help just because she needs the help, or if she's gonna really try to do it on her own. So hopefully, we'll find out about that really soon. And then back at the ranch, um, I guess Rashida had planned for everybody to go horseback riding. And it's funny how everybody's getting on their horses, and it seems like they're all getting, really nice horses and everything. And then Sierra says she can look all the way across the ranch and spot her horse. And she was like, something just ain't right. Something's just not right about this horse. And so I'm like, well, she mentioned that okay, that was from last episode. We saw like a sneak preview of this week's episode. So anyway, they were showing her when she was saying it again this time, and I'm thinking, I'm not expecting anything. I'm just expecting they're all about to go horseback riding and just have a good time. And then, lo and behold, she gets on her horse, and it seemed like everything is going fine at first. And then you see her kind of like pulling really hard on the ropes, or I don't know what they're really called or the right terms. But she was pulling really hard on reins. I think they are they called reins. But they she was pulling really hard on them, and she was like starting to panic. And next thing you know, the horse starts like trolloping or galloping and stuff and taking off, and she's screaming. And I mean, you could tell that she was really scared. I would have been freaking out too. And I'm like, oh God, Lord Jesus, please do not. I'm like squinching, like, please don't let this horse buck her off, or jump or throw her off or anything, and she gets hurt, because that would be horrible. But and then I don't know who it was that was chasing her. I know the producers were chasing her, and the ranch employees were chasing her, but I couldn't tell if it was BK or Jock. It sounded like one of them, and they were just kept screaming, "Get her off! Get her off! Get her off the horse! Make it stop! Make it stop!" I just really thought that something bad was about to happen, but thank God they got the horse stopped and they got her off that doggone horse. And she should have listened to her first instinct, because she said last episode that that horse did not seem right. But again, thank goodness she did not get seriously hurt, because that would have been all bad. So they went horseback riding, and then Sierra, not Sierra, Tokyo and Erica, I think her last name is Minna. I can't never say her name right, but Erica Minna, the singer, they stayed back, at the ranch. They didn't go horseback riding, mainly because Tokyo, she's like, Tokyo's a plus size woman, she's no small fry, just like me, plus size woman. And she didn't think the horses were strong enough to hold her, which you are a very smart woman, because there is no way I would get my big butt up on a horse. Nope, I ain't gonna do it. Mm-mm. So she stayed back at the house, and she's with Erica Mena, and they start talking about the issues that she's been having with Spice. And you know uh Tokyo kind of like starts to break down what her issue is with Erica. And she's like, it's not the fact that Spice keeps coming at her. It's about the fact, I think basically, that she intentionally tries to hurt her feelings. Because when they first met, the first thing that Spice was always talking about was her weight, and how she don't need to eat anymore, and stuff like that. So that's what really kind of like started the beef. And yeah, she was she is, I mean, Spice is, talking to, or I don't know if they're dating or whatever, Tokyo's ex. But Tokyo claims it's not about that. The issue they have is not about that. It's mainly about her being disrespectful to her. And so then she just, lets Erica knows about all the things she went through growing up, and all the battles she had to fight, and yada yada yada. And Erica, she comes from a very, heartfelt place, and tells her, do you want to talk about it? You shouldn't be holding things inside. When it's time for you to talk about it, you need to talk about it. So you don't want stuff to eat you up inside, because it seems like, from what Tokyo's saying, as far as a lot of things in her childhood that she went through, she believes is affecting how she deals with things today. So I thought that was really cool of Erica. Erica is usually, the mouthy one. I mean, if you've been keeping up with this show, she's usually the mouthy one, feisty, want to fight real quick, very temperamental. So she came from a good place, though, in this episode, and I thought that was really cool. So, and then, Jock and Carly. I don't know what's up with them, but even last episode, it seemed like Carly for some reason, is like overly flirting with Jock, and they used to they used to kick it and everything, but this episode they take off, walking hand in hand, and have a little discussion, and Carly, explains how she's happy that they're friends again, and basically they squashed all their issues. And she tells Jock, out of all the guys that I've been with, you hurt me the worst. So Jock, he apologized. He didn't intentionally mean to hurt her. Da 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 da. And so they squashed their little issues and whatever. But I really think that Carly is trying to get back with Jock. Now y'all let me know what y'all think. But in the last episode, if you remember, when she was talking to him and flirting with him, she kind of grabbed on him, if you know what I mean. Y'all saw it. Everybody else saw it too. They were all thinking that something is going down with them too again. But anyway, I think that's what's she wants to get back with Jock. But we'll see. We'll see. And now, one thing I wanted to talk about was Kurt. Um, Kurt had a baby by Jasmine, and so Jasmine and Rashida, got beef. Rashida had put Kirk out, and like the last episode, she finally seemed like she was trying to, let him back in, let him get close again. Um, try to get him a chance to redeem himself, to try to make up for what he did. So they seem like they, try to come together as a family. His mother had passed, and Rashida immediately, was right there for him. Of course, because she loves him. That's her husband, the father of her children. They've been together for umpteen years. So she was there, went to the funeral with him and everything. So basically, I think they're going to be okay. It's still going to take a lot of time because Rashida has a lot of pain that she's still dealing with. Um, Jasmine, you remember she had came down to Houston to holler at Rashida because she was persistent with apologizing to her about her part in the affair. And Kurt had called home and told his daughter Kelsey and let her know what happened. Jasmine came down here. She came down here to the after party, of Pressed, the new store that Rashida opened, down south in Texas. And he explained to her, his daughter, what happened. So Kelsey, I guess she felt inclined to take a visit to Jasmine to find out what's up. Why'd you feel the need to, fly down to Texas to bust up in the after party, the grand opening of Pressed. And she, again, explains how she just did it because she wanted to apologize to Rashida because she knows she was wrong for what she did. Now, she said, I don't know if I did more bad than good, but I'm hoping that it was more good because of the fact she just wants Kirk to be in their son, Cannon's life. And I understand where Jasmine is coming from, but like I said before, and everybody else keeps saying, you have to give Rashida some time. You slept with her husband, you had an affair, you had a baby with somebody she's been with forever, her best friend, her husband, her kids' fathers, her business partner. So you just can't rush that stuff. And Kelsey is basically telling her, I understand you want my dad to be in his life. My dad's not a deadbeat. He's a very good dad. He's always been there for us. But right now, his family is broken. The house is broken, and he's trying to fix his family. And Jasmine's like, but Cannon is his family too. And she's like, I understand that, but what you don't understand is that you had an affair with a married man. You broke up his home. Their family is going through a lot of stuff right now, and they trying to fix it. And basically, all this kumbaya, you know, it's not going to come easy, for everything to come together, because it's not easy in their household. But, in the end, she tells her, I really, really hope the best for this situation because everybody knows it's not Cannon's fault. He didn't ask for this, he didn't ask to be born into this situation. And she would like to meet her brother. So, Jasmine, gives her the opportunity. Actually, Jasmine was kind of excited. She was hoping that Kelsey would want to meet Cannon. And so she introduced him to Cannon and she got to meet him and everything. And basically, she's hoping, hey, if we got to take baby steps like this, if it takes his sisters, first, his siblings first to meet him, maybe his dad will eventually fall in line. So maybe Kurt, you know, and it's not like Kurt's never met him. He just kind of been kind of distant since Rashida found out about all this situation, a while back. So he's just been kind of distant, with Jasmine and Cannon. But I really do hope for Cannon's sake that I don't know, these TV shows they be recorded, and produced months and months earlier before they actually show up on television for us to watch. So I'm hoping by now that Kurt, is spending time with his son and everything. And now back in Atlanta, we have Jasmine and Tiara. And Tiara, I guess she has a lot of kids over her house. She calls Jasmine over, to bring Cannon for a kitty slumber party or whatnot. And Jasmine's explaining to her, how she feels about the whole situation and what she's going through. And then Tiara, she lets her know about her situation with her son King's grandmother, Karen or KK as they call her. Well, KK, had hit her up and let her know that she wanted to see King. And it's been a while. I think like 2 years since she's seen King. And King is not Scrappy, Scrap's son. And Scrap is in jail. And they had just found out that, his parole had got pushed back and everything. So KK, she's kind of upset about that. And so is Tierra, because he's not going to be getting out soon. And she's like, she don't know how she feels about it because she don't know how sincere KK is. And Jasmine, you can just see it in her eyes. She's like, what do you mean? He has family. He has family that wants to see him. You should let her see him. That's her grandchild. Even if it has been a while or has been, a couple of years or a year or whatnot, she should be happy. She should be lucky. And you can just see it in Jasmine's eyes. She's just like, I'm sure she's thinking, if that was Cannon's grandma, if Cannon has a grandma that wanted to see him, I'm sure she would allow, for him to spend time with his family because that's all she wants, is for Cannon to be a part of the rest of Kurt's family. So she tells her she thinks about it and whatnot. And, she'll, figure out if she wants to let KK, spend time with her grandchild or not. But and then back to the ranch. After they did a little horseback riding, and after that uh Rashida set it up for them to take some line dancing lessons. And they did a little line dancing and had some fun. And even after that, Spice, she gave her own dancing lessons and was trying to teach the ranchers and the staff down there how to twerk. It was so funny watching them people trying to twerk down there, those ranchers and cowboys and cowgirls. But um, after that was over with, BK approaches Sierra and he, because Sierra was sitting around talking to Carly about the incident, with her and Estelita and Spice and Tokyo and whatnot. So he pulls her to the side, and wants to holler at her. He takes her outside. And as soon as she comes outside, she noticed on the ground, on the sidewalk, is all these beautiful rose petals shaped into a big heart on the sidewalk and a lot of candles, around the sidewalk. And it's shaped into eye for the candles shaped into a big eye, and then the heart, a big heart, filled with roses, and then I love you, decorated with candles, and it's really pretty and everything. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, he trying to get back in good with Sierra, and he tells her, I love you. I miss you. I want to be with you. I miss my best friend, and da 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 da. And Sierra, I could see it. I already knew he was back in like Flynn, even though she want to try to act like telling him, I don't know, you done had chance after chance, and you think what you just did with these rose petals and you know candles down here, that I'm just supposed to forgive you and forget, and we're gonna move on. And he basically begging for her forgiveness, and she's like, yeah, I think about it, whatever, whatever. And the next morning, we'll get to that later. But anyway, back in Atlanta, Tommy, she meets up with her mom and her sister, and Tommy and her sister has been beefing, a lot over the last season, and so I guess she's ready to try to squash everything, and she meets up with her and her mom, and they're having a little sit down and discussing family issues and everything. And Tommy, she lets them know what's going on with her. Tells them that she hasn't been on the show, that they basically won't let her film anymore until she, gets some help. And she tells her mom that they're trying to tell me I'm an alcoholic. And she's like, Mom, would you let somebody call you an alcoholic? Would you say you're an alcoholic? Would you say you need help? I mean, she's still in denial, saying that she's not an alcoholic. And I'm not going to say she's an alcoholic because I don't know Tommy outside of what we see on TV. So, I mean, who knows? Tommy could probably not even drink that much, off camera, but we don't know. But her mom was like, yeah, I would call myself an alcoholic. And she said, I kept drinking and drinking, and I told myself, that the moment I feel a pain or I feel some hurt, from drinking, I'm going to stop. And I stopped. And so Tommy is like, what do you mean you stopped? What do you mean hurt, pain, or is something wrong? And that's when they mom, she sits and tells them that she's been seeing doctors and having tests run and has to get a colonoscopy and just all kind of different things that she's having done to her right now because the doctors, or she feels something is wrong with her and the doctors is trying to figure out what's wrong with her. She doesn't know yet, but she has a few more tests, and she really didn't want to concern them at first, because she don't know yet if anything serious is wrong, and she don't want to speak it into the universe, you know that something is wrong. But so I wish the best of luck to her mom. I really hope it's nothing too serious that's wrong with her mom, but her mom did say that she, admitted to herself that she was an alcoholic. So, that does run in their family. And I think, you know, Tommy needs to take this more serious. She really does. I mean, it's affecting her career, it's affecting her family. They've already had people who died in their family for alcoholism. So I think this is really going to be something that's going to inspire Tommy to either seek counseling or the substance abuse guy, or even if it's not him, just, somebody sit down, talk to somebody, and try to work things out with herself so that she does not end up sick or, keep damaging her career or relationships or whatnot. And so, I hope that turns out okay. And I'm sure probably in the next episode, I think there's only like a few more episodes left and then the reunion. But like I said, hopefully her mom is okay. But I'm sure we'll find out later, if there's something seriously wrong with her mom. And also find out if Tommy decides to take up the substance abuse expert's advice and get some help. So, what did you guys think about the episode? If you have any, as usual, if you have anything to add to it, or any questions, or, you know, got any suggestions of any other TV shows that I should be reviewing or watching, please put it in the comments. Please like this video and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you click on the bell, you will get notifications of every time I go live. And remember to share the videos. Share, share, share. You can share it on your Facebook page. Um, and also, I do also have a Facebook group. Also, it's called Prime Time. Hold on, let me pull it up so I can get the right name. Prime Time TV Media Reviews. So it's kind of like the same. It's kind of like the same name as my. I'll put the link. I'll put the link into the comments of the Facebook group. But it's been open for a while. Um, at least probably, I don't know. It's been open for maybe like a year or so. But anyway, you can click request to join that group as well. And I also post my videos in there just in case you miss some on YouTube, or for people who don't have YouTube, in the Facebook group, I post the videos in there too. So, anywho, and also to my Twitter account. So, I'll put the links to both of those in the comments as well. Now, I'm going to go to my DVR and check out this new show on the OWN channel. Again, check it out with me, and I will do a review on that probably either what's today, Tuesday. Duh, Tuesday. I'll do a review on that probably either tomorrow or Thursday. Most likely tomorrow. I'll be back in here tomorrow to do a review on that show because I've been anxiously waiting for that show. So I also want to see what you guys think about it too. So I'll be back in here tomorrow to give a review, and it's called Love Is. It's on the OWN channel. I have Dish, so it's on channel 189. So check with your local cable companies and find out what channel it's on if you don't know which channel the OWN channel is on. So I will let you guys go. I'm out.